If you're a guy over the age of 30, then this subject is something you've probably heard a lot about and you're probably really interested in and learning more about. So that is testosterone, and specifically low testosterone and how to increase it. Because as you get older, testosterone levels normally drop, and we want to increase them to feel better, look better, and perform better. So we're going to dive into that today. So first of all, what are the symptoms of low testosterone? Some of the main symptoms are low muscle mass or decreasing levels of muscle mass, increasing levels of body fat, feeling lethargic all the time, feeling very demotivated, not having that sort of get up and go aggression. So not negative aggression, but the aggression as in just that drive to succeed and drive to push yourself. Sometimes you do feel more lethargic. So they are some of the key and sort of common symptoms of low testosterone. So we're going to go into what you've probably seen on your social media and on certain adverts that have probably been aimed at you because of your gender and because of your age. So these are hacks. So you've probably been told, avoid receipts from the till because of the ink on them. You've probably been told you need to get in an ice bath. You'll have been told that you need to take certain supplements, that you need to jump up and down. I mean, there's a million things that will be sold to you and advertised to you saying it's going to raise your testosterone levels. Quite a lot of these supplements on this, which we'll go into later, are just basic supplements, but in a packet they put testosterone booster or something along those lines because they want you to be worried about your low testosterone and they want you to believe that their product's going to fix that for you. It could be a special shampoo. I've even seen that saying it's going to increase testosterone. So these are the hacks we want to avoid because 99.9% of them don't work. So let's talk about what does work. So how are we going to increase testosterone? So the main thing is we're not going to worry about these hacks because even if they could increase the testosterone levels by 1%, doing the things we're going to talk about now will increase them by a lot more than that. And they're the everyday things we need to do to increase testosterone levels and sort of get our hormones nice and balanced. Before we get into that one, I just want to let you know that I have a free resource, a free mini course called Built 30. So Built 30 is a series of videos where we dive into how to fix your mindset and set your mind up for success. No more negative thinking. How are we going to get your mind set so we are looking to sort of drive forward and achieve the goals, set yourself up for success. We also go into nutrition. So I tell you how we're going to set your calories for you, your macronutrients, what a meal plan would look like for your plan. And then we go into training. How often should you train? How should you train? What exercise you should do? And also a sample training plan in there. So that is the free Built 30 course. And if you go into the description of this video, follow the link, go into the school where the Built 30 course is, and that's completely free of charge. You know, it's a lot of information. It's really, really good, really extensive. So hop on and have a look at that one. So how are we going to increase testosterone? So first of all, we are going to lift weights. Strength training is one of the best ways to increase testosterone. So we want to get in the gym, we want to increase our strength, especially in the big movements. So things like deadlifts, squats, presses, rows, pull-ups, press-ups, those sorts of things. We want to really get a program which prioritizes progressive overload. So we are increasing your strength levels. That is a big way to increase testosterone. What we also want to do is we want to drop body fat. When you're holding more body fat, your testosterone levels naturally drop. If we get you leaner, so we're losing body fat, we're building strength and muscle, your testosterone levels will increase. So we want to get that body fat down. Nicely, these two go hand in hand. We're lifting weights, we're getting stronger, we're losing body fat, we're getting lean, testosterone goes up. Sounds good. Sleep. We want sleep. Now, I understand that it's not easy to get a lot of sleep when you're busy, when you've got kids, and when you've got responsibilities. So we are going to prioritize quality. In an ideal world, we'd be getting between 7 and 9 hours of quality sleep every night. If you can do that, perfect, carry on, go and do that. If you can't, then we just want to prioritize quality. So like myself, I get closer to 6 hours, and quite often those 6 hours are disturbed with my children. So what do? I do the best I can. I prioritize my health. I don't drink too much alcohol. I have good sleep hygiene. So I'm in a dark room. I'm not drinking caffeine later in the day. So I'm doing everything I can to increase my quality of sleep, because sleep is one of the biggest things for hormones in general and increasing testosterone. Back to the lifting weights. Because we're a little bit older, we want to increase our strength, so strength up, but we also need to think about recovery, because when you recover, that's when you grow, and if you beat yourself into the ground, you can also tank your hormones that way. So we want to be on a sensible, progressive overload training plan, which incorporates recovery in there as well. So you're recovering from the sessions, growing from the sessions. Again, if you need any help with this, get the Built 30 free course, or if you're interested in the one-to-one coaching where we go like deep dive and get it all tailored to you, just drop me a message and we'll have a little chat about that. So these are the big things that we can do to increase our testosterone. We also want to have a high protein diet, and just a healthy diet in general. So we want to avoid the ultra processed foods as much as possible. We want to think about whole foods. So things like fruit, veg, meat, dairy, fish, eggs, that sort of thing. That's how we want our diet 80 to 90% of the time. So we want a nice high protein diet. So if you're an omnivore and you eat animal and plant products, then we want to get the majority of our protein from animal products, because it's higher quality and it's more usable and more bioavailable. If not, you can still get plenty of protein on a vegetarian and vegan diet, and you've just got to do a bit more research and just got to be a bit more on it with that. So these are the main everyday things that we can do. Supplements. Again, you've probably been advertised a load of supplements that say they're going to boost your testosterone. What are the main ones? So we want to make sure we've got magnesium, zinc, vitamin D. So vitamin D is a big one. I talk about vitamin D a lot whenever I do any sort of supplement reviews, any supplement advice. Vitamin D, pretty much everybody should take. A lot of the vitamin D supplements are very poorly dosed. So the absolute minimum you want per day is 2,500 IUs. Now, if you want to really boost your testosterone and get your hormones in a really good place, we want this closer to 8 to 10,000 per IUs per day. I take that amount during the winter months. During the summer months where I'm out a bit more, I've got a dog, I walk the dog, I try and be outdoors with the kids as much as possible. I will usually supplement more like 4,000 to 5,000, and then I'm just out in the sun, which will get me up to that 10,000 or even above. Those are the main supplements that will actually help to increase testosterone. Other ones that haven't necessarily got the science behind them, but some people do find work quite well. One, I may butcher the spelling on some of these. One is called Tomcat Ali. Again, there's not a load of research on these, but some reputable people do think this is a good one to take. Another one is Fedosia. I'm not going to try and spell agrestis, but it's Fedosia agrestis. Again, that's another one, not a huge amount of research on, but some people, well-respected people, do swear by them. There's also a testosterone, which is an ecosteroid, which is It's a steroid that comes from an insect, so it's not illegal, it doesn't harm your health, it's not like an anabolic steroid. These ones, I would say you don't need. If you're really wanting to buy a test booster or something that's being advertised to you, at least make sure it's got these ingredients and these ingredients that are well dosed. Don't get one that's just got a few B vitamins, a low dose of vitamin D, a low dose of zinc, because what you should be doing is supplementing these, eating, if you're an omnivore, plenty of animal products, because they will help with a good protein and they will help with the vitamins and minerals, especially red meat and eggs. And if you really want to go a little bit deeper, you can try these. I am not advising you to. Again, there's not a lot of scientific research on them, but out of all of the things that are advertised to you, these are the ones that could help. Now, once again, get that Built 30 course, link is in the description, completely free of charge. And when you're in the school community where you do that, if you've got any questions, just drop me a message on the school community or my Instagram page. Links to both are in the description. I hope you found that useful. If you've got any questions, drop them to me on Instagram, drop them to me on school, or in the comments below. And if you've got any topics you want covered in future videos, again, drop a comment below. But until next time, I hope this was useful, and I will see you soon.